Welcome back, guys. We are diving into the heat of the FIDE World Cup 2025 quarterfinals. We have a massive clash in the rapid tiebreaks. On white side, the Uzbek prodigy Javokhir Sindarov. On the black side, the Mexican tactician and online speed demon Jose Eduardo Martinez Alcantara. The stakes couldn't be higher. It's a rapid game, meaning nerves are fraying and the time is ticking. Sindarov opens with c4, the English opening. Let's see what happens. c5, knight to f3, knight to c6, knight to c3, knight to f6, g3, g6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, d6, bishop to g2, bishop to d7, knight to bishop to d7 and knight bishop to d7 and knight to c2. We have a symmetrical English. It starts off positional. White puts the knight on c2 to control the center. But look at move number 8. Martinez Alcantara is not here for a draw. Plays h5, pushing the flank pawn immediately. He wants to soften up the white's kingside. Sindarov responds responsibly with h4, stopping the march, but black continues to develop. Plays move a6, then castles, knight to g4, bishop b2, and b5. b5, a gambit. Martinez wants to rip open the queenside lines and destabilize White's knight. Sindarov uh, accepts the challenge, plays c takes b5, a takes b5, queen to c1, rook to c8, knight takes b5. White grabs the pawn. Martinez Alcantara is down material, but he has an open file and active pieces. Now things get crazy. Knight c to e5, knight b to d4, queen to b6, queen to d2. Sindarov tries to consolidate, but the engine didn't like his knight retreat to d4. It preferred a4. Martinez senses the hesitation and goes all in, plays g5. Look at this board. He is down a pawn and he rips open his own knight's own king's protection to get at white. If white takes, the h file opens, means h takes g5, h4, g takes h4, rook takes h4, Sindarov takes it all. Now the rook is on h4, staring down the white king. This looks terrifying for white, but there is where Sindarov shows his class. He realizes that if he doesn't panic, black might run out of steam. Plays knight to b4, e6, a4. Black plays e6 trying to control the squares, but this is too slow. Sindarov ignores the threat and pushes a4. He is creating his own passed pawn. It's a race. d5, queen to a5, queen to d6, a5, queen to d6, f4. A crucial move. Sindarov shuts down the e5 knight, and gives his king some breathing room. Black tries to regroup with queen to f8, aiming the queen back to the h-file, but Sindarov is faster. e3, queen to h8, f takes a5, bishop takes e5, finally gets the piece back, and now threatens mate on h2 or h1. Threatens mate on h2. Sorry, h1 is wrong. Threatens mate on h2. It looks like white is collapsing, but wait. Can you find the defensive resource for white? Pause for 2 seconds and then think that what should white play? White played rook to f4 and exchange sacrifice. He plugs the h-file. He gives up the rook to kill black's attack dead in its tracks. Plays bishop to b5, knight takes b5, bishop takes b2. Martinez is reeling. He makes an inaccuracy with bishop to b5, and Sindarov just eats the pieces. And now watch the white's knights. They turn into monsters. Knight takes d5, king to f8, knight to d6. Look at those knights on d5 and d6. They are octopuses, controlling every square. Black plays to f5, plays f5, trying to survive, but the king is too exposed. Exposed. Plays rook a to f1, bishop to c1, desperation from black, and now the execution. Plays rook takes f5 check, rook takes f5 check, ripping open the final defense. If black takes, it's over. He plays e takes f5 and rook takes f5 check, king to g7. The king runs to g7, but this walked into a forced mate. Can you see the pattern? Rook takes f7 check. Uh, excuse me, rook f7 check. King to g6, knight to f4, king takes g5, knight to e4 check, 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 and check. The king is dragged out into the open. Martinez Alcantara resigns here because mate is unavoidable. A brilliant counter-attack by Sindarov. A wild game from the World Cup. Martinez Alcantara played courageously with the g5 and b5 gambits, but Sindarov's defensive exchange sacrifice on move number 26 was the refutation. He kept his cool and let his knights do the rest.